Now, have you ever asked yourself, why do you keep losing even when you know what to do? You've read all the books, you watched some YouTube videos, I'm sure. You've been studying your charts, but when it's time to click the button and enter the market, you hesitate, or you jump in too soon, or when you're in and it starts to go against you, you stay in too long praying that it turns around. This isn't a strategy issue, this is a self issue. The market is your best is the best indicator or the most honest feedback system in the world. It reflects your discipline, it exposes your insecurities, and it punishes your impulsiveness. Believe me, it's done it to me. Once you realize that you have these issues, it's really a gift because once you realize you're the variable, you finally have power again. So when I say self-mastery, what does self-mastery really mean? It means you feel the fear of missing out, but you don't act on it. You accept losses without letting them spiral into large losses. You win without getting cocky. Everybody enjoys a good win, but you don't get cocky about it. And you trust your edge even when it hasn't played out yet. You see, that's the foundation of consistent profitability. Because without self mastery, you'll sabotage your own edge every time. Or there are three signs that you haven't mastered yourself. One is you react emotionally to every trade. You let the highs and lows while you're in that trade affect your emotions, which affect how you interact with your family. Um, you break your own rules. Uh, a great example of this would be you're in a trade and it starts to go against you, and you maybe move your stop loss or you change your profit target. You cut your losses, or you let your losses get out of control, or you cut your wins short because you haven't followed your plan. What are some things you can do to start to master yourself while you're learning how to trade? Well, the first thing I would do is do you have a strategy, or do you have a set of indicators that you're going to use? And if that's the case, then what you need to do next is start to back test those indicators against a stock or a commodity that you like, to work on building confidence in your strategy. So what do I mean? I trade corn futures and 30-year bond futures, which are a derivative of the commodities market. And the way I back test them is I use a daily chart. I trade on the daily time frame. I don't have time in my job to spend all day, constantly looking at the charts or trying to make small wins in an intraday market. So I focus on the daily time frame. So I'll pull my chart up and I'll set I'll set a bar up on the right hand side of the chart so I can't see anything in the future. Typically go back about a year in time. And then I'll advance that bar one day at a time and wait for one of my trade setups to come up. And then when it does, if it meets the additional filters that I've got, which my trading strategy is a simple one, but it's something for a whole other video. I'm not wanting to get into one trading strategy over another. This video is really about the missing piece that I think a lot of people have when they're faced with learning how to trade, and that's the discipline side of what it takes to be consistently profitable. Now, going back to the back trading, that's the biggest way that you can gain that confidence while you fine tune your strategy. So again, on a daily chart, go back a year in time, set that bar on the right hand side of the chart, start to advance it one day at a time until that strategy or that setup occurs, and log it in a trading journal or on a trading log. Write down the day, write down the symbol, write down whether you're going long or short, write down the price that you entered, write down your profit target and your stop loss, and then advance it until one, you either win the trade, or two, you get stopped out. And do that for a year on the chart, not a year in time. This will typically take 2 to 3 hours. So what are you really looking for? You're looking for in a block of trades, a mid 80 to low 90% win rate, because no trading strategy is 100% perfect. Now, you could get lucky and hit every single trading setup with a win throughout that year of back trading, but just understand you will have losses while you're trading, and the idea is to keep the losses small. I typically am looking for a 1-to-1 to 1-to-2 risk to reward ratio in the trades that I take, and with a 85 to 90% win rate, even at a 1-to-1 risk to reward ratio, my trading strategy makes me a comfortable amount of money every month. It averages 5 to 10 grand a month without any problem. Some months maybe a little bit less, some months a little bit more. It just depends on how frequently those trade setups appear. So while backtesting your trading strategy should give you the confidence that you have a strategy picked out and a set of indicators with filters that work over time, while you're backtesting or you're testing it out in a simulated market, you don't have any real money on the line. So there really should be no emotion tied to your decision. It's when you start to trade with real money that you're going to find out how much faith you have in the historical results of your back trading. And that will really determine whether or not you're going to succeed or you're going to fail. And I'm here to tell you, it's not easy to resist those urges. You may be in a little bit of a dry spell, whether that's a couple of days or a week or a month, waiting for a trade setup to appear. And the chart starts showing you something that's pretty close, but isn't right there yet, and that fear of missing out may cause you to jump in early, or you, for whatever reason, come back to your charts maybe after a little break or whatever, and you notice that there was a trade set up, and now you're into maybe the second, third, or fourth day of that run, and you end up jumping in too late because you're fearful that you're going to miss it. And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. The biggest recommendation or the best advice I could give you is to stick to your trading plan. The markets have been around for 100+ years or so. There's always going to be another setup. Don't rush to get in too early or jump in too late. Wait for the next one. I think everyone should learn the skill of trading. Now, it doesn't happen overnight. I've had friends whose path to profitability has been, fairly quick. and I've had some that have just struggled year after year. But it's when they start to really take a look at themselves is when they find that it's not the strategy, it's the way they execute it. And that's tied to, you know, whether or not they're able to be disciplined or not and follow their rules. You know, one of the things I've noticed about, you know, learning how to trade, and it's been a few years for me. I mean, I've dabbled for the last 30 years, but it's been really, you know, the last 3.5 going on 4 years now where I've really approached it with a focus of trading just on the daily time frame, that the discipline that's needed to make money in the markets has carried over into other aspects of my life. The ability to set goals and achieve them, you know, the ability to create a business that's profitable and doesn't require managing, you know, a workforce or an inventory of products or a brick and mortar location to work out of, or, you know, some online thing that seems to be the rage these days. Trading can be your business. Trading is my second business. I have a full-time job. You know, I manage a team of guys and gals in a chemical manufacturing plant. And trading, I was going to say day trading, but trading on a daily time frame allows me to make a substantial amount of money in the markets, but not impact the responsibilities that I have in my daytime job. Nor does it cause me to be sequestered away somewhere hours at a time every day when I should be spending time with my family. It takes about 15 minutes, 20 minutes tops, Monday through Friday. And like I said, 5-10 grand a month is pretty easy right now, and that's really scalable. So anyway, kind of rambling. I started this YouTube channel primarily in hopes that one day when my kids were old enough, you know, to start looking at trading as a, you know, as a possible avenue to wealth. You know, my youngest is in college now. The others are just young adults, but, you know, they're busy. I wanted to be able to memorialize this information and thought the best place to do it would be on a YouTube channel, because that's probably not going away anywhere. And, you know, I grew up on VHS and beta tapes, and heck, you can't even play those things anymore. So YouTube it is. So if you found this video and you like it, please give it a thumbs up. You know, if you want to follow along, you know, for more tips, more ideas, you know, more things I think that'll help you to fast track your trading journey, well then subscribe to the channel. I try to publish 1 or 2 videos a week, you know, at least one. You know, and anyway, I hope you liked it. I'm going to go ahead and sign off. You guys have a great day. See you on the next one.